Hello, I'm Harry Christophers, the new Artistic Director of the Handel and Haydn Society, and I'm looking forward to welcoming you to our 2009-2010 season, my first season as Artistic Director. It proves to be something very, very special and something I'm really excited about. Music for me, and particularly performing, is all about encompassing a great range, not only encompassing and bringing into a unique corporate fold the musicians on the stage, but actually delivering that music to an audience that can feel part of the whole experience. I think it's very difficult on the concert platform sometimes, and you can sometimes feel a barrier between what's going on stage to what's happening in the audience. We need to bridge that barrier, as if put a bridge from the audience to the performers and vice versa going back. And it's a very important thing, I think, in our age that we really do communicate with you, the audience, because after all, this is what we are. We are, after all, really entertainers. It seems rather strange to say it, but actually early music sounds rather new. It may be centuries old, but actually when we get to the bottom of this music and we try and bring out what the composer intended, we strip the cobwebs off their great masterpieces, we're really bringing this music to life. And I find that so invigorating and so exciting when I look at a score of Handel and I look at what the great master actually wrote, and if we believe in it, then suddenly the work will come to life. Over the years, particularly over the last 100 years, tradition has set in, tradition has put onto these great works things that actually the composers never really intended. So it is a case of stripping away those cobwebs and as I say, bringing the pieces to life. And for me, that is so fascinating. I was very much attracted to the Handel and Haydn Society, principally because actually it's very similar to the group I created in England, the 16, a period orchestra and a chorus. But what is really special about Handel and Haydn is this incredibly long time it's been going. It's almost 200 years, the first society of its kind in America, and a tradition that really we can build on for the future. With the Handel and Haydn Society, you've got two of the great composers, these eponymous names, Handel and Haydn. And really, if we just concentrate within those parameters, without going too much outside, maybe go back a little to Monteverdi, maybe look forward to Beethoven, but there's no need to go outside, totally outside those parameters. There's so much music, and we could spend many lifetimes performing this music and never get through all of it. For you, the audience, coming to a concert of the Handel and Haydn Society, you'll experience something really quite new. You may have heard some of these works many, many times, but when you have a period orchestra, ensemble and chorus who give incredible attention to detail, style, the clarity that comes out from the various movements and choruses, arias, etc. that you will hear, you will experience something that's really very, very special. Education and audience development are a very, very important aspect of the Society's work, and something that this organisation, I think, does particularly well. When I arrived, I was amazed just how much is happening in the educational area. Children from as young as 8 right through to their student days are being taught in the art of singing in various genres. And this is fantastic. I've seen the development already of 4 of the Society's programmes, and it's quite fascinating. This is a great development for the audience of the future. I found it also very interesting to note that something like 18–20% of our audience figures throughout a year are an age group of under 25. Now that is fantastic for any organisation, but we cannot just sit back on that. We need to develop that to a much greater degree. It's very interesting when you come to put a season of music together. With Handel and Haydn Society, of course, we have 9 projects a year, so you can't really go with that idea of I'm going to put a theme throughout those concerts, because every month people have forgotten what they've heard the month before. So it's quite a challenge, actually. And one thing I've done is chosen to do a few of the great masterpieces, but within each programme try and find a little theme that goes through it. For instance, my programme in January 2010, which will feature Mozart's C minor Mass, I have given it a sort of Vienna base. So I've linked the Mozart C minor Mass with extracts from Gluck's Orfeo. There's even more of a relevance in those works when you listen to the fantastic aria Che puro cielo from Gluck's Orfeo, which has the same wind solo trio as the famous Et Incarnatus from Mozart C minor. I've chosen Messiah as the first concerts I perform in the 2009-10 season because it's a work that's very, very special to me, very dear to my heart. It's a work I've conducted many, many times, but having said that, there's always something new I find about it. It's a work of great drama. Handel actually called it an entertainment. It's a work that takes us through the Christian year, and we need to be very conscious of that drama. We need to be conscious that Handel was very much the man of the stage, the man of opera. So when we perform Messiah, it's again going back to this idea of a journey, this journey through the Christian year, but also this journey for the audience to feel part of this great entertainment. And that's why it's such a special work. Even in Sir Roger Norrington's All Beethoven programme, 2 symphonies, Beethoven 4 and Beethoven 6, there's something special. This will be the first time the Society has performed Beethoven 4 in its history. We also have the concerts of the wonderful Jordan Hall, which gives me the opportunity to present slightly more intimate programmes. We have Jaap ter Linden to a Christmas concert, introducing composers that are relatively unknown, Van Wassenaar, George Muffet. Very, very special. Then there is Lawrence Cummings' Valentine's programme, and this is going to be very interesting, and I think a slight departure for the Society, incorporating both words and music. So not only do we have the fantastic music of love by Monteverdi from his madrigals, also settings by the English madrigalists like Tomkins and Gibbons, but the fantastic sonnets of William Shakespeare. And then, to crown the season, who better than Bach? So we close the season with the genius of Bach, in a programme that actually sees him in all sorts of ways, not only the Brandenburg Concerto, but a double violin concerto, but also 2 glorious cantatas. And this is an amazing way to close our season with not only one of the greatest composers of all time, but featuring this fantastic society, both chorus and period orchestra. I'll hope you'll join me in stretching those boundaries of discovery and individuality. This is a really exciting season, and for audience and performers alike, we're going on a very, very special journey.